My girlfriend casually dropped a bombshell at dinner, announcing, "I intentionally frightened your mother today because she showed me disrespect." My mom, I should mention, has a serious heart condition. When I pressed her on what she did, she proudly recounted jumping out and screaming at my mom. As soon as I learned my mom was experiencing chest pains, I called 911 and had my girlfriend removed by the police. I, a 29-year-old man, was enjoying dinner with my girlfriend at a familiar Italian restaurant. We'd been together for about 18 months, and while she occasionally got overly agitated about minor things, I brushed it off as quirks everyone has. We were mid-meal when she got this smug, triumphant look like she'd just won the lottery. "I took care of that situation with your mom today," she declared. I looked up from my plate, puzzled. "What situation?" "The disrespect," she said with a shrug. "I handled it." Some crucial background. My mother has been living with me for 6 months since suffering a heart attack last year, requiring stents and extensive recovery. Her cardiologist was crystal clear. Stress is her absolute enemy. Even a slight increase in blood pressure or heart rate could trigger another cardiac event. She's on numerous medications and needs a calm environment. My girlfriend was fully aware of all this. We'd discussed it many times. "What are you even talking about?" I asked, my concern growing. She leaned back, brimming with self-satisfaction. "Your mom's been making snide comments all week. How I load the dishwasher wrong, how I organize the pantry wrong, acting like she owns the place." "She lives here," I reminded her, my voice tightening. "And what exactly did you do?" "Okay, so you know how she takes that walk every afternoon, same time around the block?" She began, clearly relishing the reveal. "Well, today I hid in the bushes by the front steps. When she came back, I jumped out and screamed right in her face." She paused for dramatic effect. "Everything just stopped." "You did what?" I demanded, my blood running cold. "I jumped out and screamed at her really loud right in her face," she repeated, her voice laced with pride. She needed to learn I'm not someone to mess with. God, you should have seen her face. She almost fell backward. It was perfect. I was already on my feet, throwing money onto the table without even counting. "We need to go now." "What? Why?" "We haven't had dessert." She whined. "My mom has a heart condition, and you know this," I retorted, my voice rising. "You just told me you deliberately scared someone with a serious heart condition." She actually rolled her eyes. "Oh my God, she's fine." She went inside after. "Stop being dramatic." I was already outside dialing my mom's number. It took a few rings, and her voice sounded strained when she answered. "Hey, honey. Mom, are you okay?" "What happened this afternoon?" I asked, my heart pounding. There was a long pause. "I'm feeling a bit strange," she admitted. "Some pressure in my chest. It's probably nothing." "Did you take your nitroglycerin?" "Not yet, I was just about to." "Don't cut your dinner short." "I'm fine. I'm already in the car," I said, pulling out of the parking lot. "If it gets worse at all, you call 911. I'll be there soon." My girlfriend ran up to the car as I was leaving the parking lot. "Are you seriously leaving me here? Get an Uber. Don't come to my house." "Excuse me?" "That's my home too." "No, it's not," I shot back. "Your name isn't on anything. You crash there sometimes. Big difference." I drove off while she was still mid-sentence. I arrived home to find my mom on the couch, pale, one hand pressed to her chest. The nitro bottle was on the coffee table, untouched. "How bad is it?" I asked, kneeling beside her. "It's pressure," she whispered, "like something heavy on my chest. Started maybe half an hour ago." I immediately called 911, giving them our address, my mom's cardiac history, and her current symptoms. "Mom, what exactly happened this afternoon?" I asked again, needing to hear it from her. She took a shaky breath. "I came back from my walk and your girlfriend jumped out from the bushes, screaming at the top of her lungs. I thought I was dying right there on the steps. My chest clamped up immediately. I made it inside and sat down, hoping it would pass. Paramedics arrived quickly, checked her vitals, and did an EKG right there on the couch. Her blood pressure was dangerously high, and her heart rhythm was erratic. They recommended transport for monitoring. I rode with her in the ambulance, texting my now ex-girlfriend. "Mom's being transported to the hospital. You deliberately caused a cardiac episode. Don't contact me." Her instant reply, "OMG, you are such a drama queen." "She's fine." This is typical manipulation from her. "Can't believe you're falling for this." I blocked her number. At the hospital, they admitted my mom for observation, taking no chances given her history. They adjusted her medications, ran tests, and kept her overnight. I stayed in a chair by her bedside. Late that night, yelling erupted in the hallway. My ex-girlfriend had shown up at the ER demanding to see me. Security eventually got involved. She was ranting about how I'd abandoned her, how this was all fake, and how my mom was just seeking attention. A nurse came in, looking concerned. "Is that woman family?" "No," I stated firmly. "She's my ex as of tonight. She's the reason my mom is here. She deliberately scared her, knowing about her heart condition." The nurse's expression hardened. "Does security need to remove her?" "Please." I could still hear her screaming all the way down the hall. "You'll regret this. I didn't do anything wrong. Your mom disrespected me." The ER doctor came in after she was gone. "Couldn't help but hear that," he said gravely. "Did someone intentionally startle your mother knowing about her cardiac condition?" "Yeah," I confirmed. "My girlfriend told me at dinner she hid in the bushes and jumped out screaming at her to teach her a lesson." His jaw tightened. "That's assault. Maybe worse. You should file a police report. Update: one mom was discharged the next day. Her cardiologist prescribed another medication, advised her to take it easy for a few weeks, and provided detailed notes on the incident." I went straight to the police station and filed a report, laying out everything: my mom's heart condition, my ex's deliberate actions, and the hospital stay. The officer took it seriously, especially after I showed him the text where she bragged about it and then called my mom manipulative. "This could be assault or reckless endangerment," he said, "maybe both. We'll send it to the DA." Meanwhile, my phone was blowing up with messages from her friends. She'd posted on social media about being victimized by her controlling boyfriend's mother. Her version conveniently omitted any mention of deliberately scaring someone with a medical condition, painting herself as a poor victim standing up for herself and now being punished. Her best friend actually called me. "You need to fix this situation. She's devastated. You humiliated her in public, abandoned her at a restaurant, had her thrown out of a hospital. What's your problem?" "She hid in bushes and jumped out screaming at my mom, who has a documented heart condition," I explained, trying to keep my voice even. "My mom ended up in the ER overnight. What part of that is okay?" "She was just messing around." "Your mom's being dramatic. My mom needed cardiac monitoring." "That's not dramatic. Tell your friend she's lucky if assault charges are all she gets." I hung up. Then her mother called. I'd met the woman maybe twice. "My daughter says you've been abusive this whole relationship, and your mother's been turning you against her." She accused. "Ma'am, your daughter intentionally scared my mother, who has a serious heart condition badly enough to send her to the ER. I countered. Then she showed up at the hospital screaming and got removed by security. "There's a police report." "These are documented facts. She told me your mother was being passive-aggressive and disrespectful in your home." "It's my home. My name's on the deed. My mom lives with me, recovering from a heart attack. Your daughter stays over sometimes. And even if my mom was rude, which she wasn't, that doesn't make it okay to deliberately trigger a cardiac event. You're twisting her words. She would never." Police report and hospital records say otherwise. "Tell her to stop contacting me." I blocked that number too. A couple of days later, my apartment complex called. My ex had shown up, claiming she lived there and needed a key because her abusive boyfriend locked her out. The manager, who knew only my name was on the lease, told her. My ex started screaming about tenant rights until the manager threatened to call the police, at which point she finally left. "If she comes back, go ahead and call them," I told the manager. "She's not welcome." Then she really went off the rails. She filed a restraining order against me, claiming I was harassing and threatening her, that she feared for her safety, and wanted the court to order me to stay away from her and stop using my mother against her. I was served with papers for a hearing. My lawyer, the same one who handled my house closing, almost laughed. "She assaulted your mother and now claims she needs protection from you? This is going to backfire hard." The DA's office called me in for a statement. The assistant DA reviewed everything: medical records, texts, the 911 recording. "So your girlfriend admitted to deliberately startling someone she knew had a heart condition. That person needed emergency medical treatment, and then she showed up at the hospital to keep harassing you." "Correct. And now she filed for a restraining order against you." "Yep." She actually smiled. "We're prosecuting this. Reckless endangerment minimum. Her restraining order hearing should be entertaining." Update 2. The restraining order hearing was a train wreck for her. She showed up with her mom and best friend, all dressed in black like they were going to a funeral, really playing the victim. Her petition claimed I was controlling and abusive, that I'd isolated her from everyone, and that I'd threatened her after a minor disagreement with my mother. When she testified, she went full performance mode, tears, shaking voice, everything. He completely changed when his mother moved in. Got cold and mean. When I tried to set boundaries, he went crazy. The judge looked unimpressed. What boundaries? I asked his mother to respect that it was my home, too. She kept criticizing me. I finally confronted her. How did you confront her? And here's where she messed up. She knew the police report existed. I told her she needed to respect me. Just talking, she paused. I might have raised my voice. Anything else? The judge prompted. I maybe startled her a little bit. The judge put down his pen. How? When she came back from a walk, I was outside and said something and she got scared. It was an accident. My lawyer stood up. Your Honor, I have evidence. He submitted the texts where she bragged about hiding and jumping out screaming, the 911 recording, ER records, and my mom's cardiologist's letter explaining how stress could literally kill her. The judge's expression went from bored to pissed as he read through it all. Ma'am, the judge stated, his voice sharp, you texted that you hid in the bushes and jumped out screaming at his mother. You bragged about scaring her, then called her manipulative when she ended up in the emergency room. This petition is denied, and I'm sending everything to the district attorney. Her lawyer looked like he wanted to die, but she kept going. That's not what happened. He's lying. His mother is faking. We're done here, the judge cut her off. Petition denied. Next case. Outside, her mom started in again. You manipulated that judge. You did this on purpose. I submitted evidence, I stated calmly. That's called facts. My lawyer stepped between us. Ma'am, your daughter's own text messages proved deliberate actions that caused a medical emergency. I suggest you stop harassing my client before you join her in facing charges. They finally left. Her best friend filming me on her phone like that would help her case. Criminal charges came through about a week later. Reckless endangerment. The DA said they could have pursued assault, but reckless endangerment was cleaner with the medical evidence. She had to turn herself in, got arraigned, and posted bail. The harassment stopped after that. Her lawyer probably told her to shut up, but the entitlement kicked into overdrive. She started a fundraiser online, claiming she was facing false charges from her abusive ex and needed legal fees. She spun a story about being persecuted for standing up to a toxic man and his manipulative mother. She actually got some donations until someone posted the actual police report and court documents in the comments. The fundraiser got nuked. Her job found out about the charges. She worked at a senior living facility. They suspended her immediately because she deliberately endangered an elderly person with a heart condition. She started calling from random numbers with the same script every time. This wasn't fair. I didn't mean for anything bad to happen. Couldn't I just make it go away? I can't drop criminal charges, I explained patiently. The state is prosecuting. But you could tell them it was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. You planned it and bragged about it. She ended up hospitalized. Those are facts. I was just trying to set boundaries. By hiding in bushes and terrorizing someone with a heart condition? That's not boundaries. That's assault. You're ruining my life over nothing. You endangered my mother because she commented on the dishwasher. This is consequences. I blocked that number. Her best friend tried showing up at my place. I didn't answer, but my camera got everything. We know you're home. You need to drop this. She's losing everything because of you. Just tell the DA it was a misunderstanding. I called the cops. They showed up, saw the footage, and told her she was trespassing. She tried arguing she was helping her friend. Your friend is facing charges for endangering someone, the officer said. Harassing the victims doesn't help. Leave or get arrested. She left screaming about how we'd get what we deserve. More footage for the file. Final update. The trial happened about 4 months after everything started. It wasn't dramatic like TV, pretty straightforward. The prosecution presented the evidence. Texts admitting she hid and jumped out. The 911 call, ER records, my mom's medical history, and the cardiologist's testimony about how her condition makes stress potentially fatal. Her defense tried arguing she didn't intend harm, just wanted to startle my mom a bit to make a point. The prosecutor shut it down. The defendant knew the victim had a serious heart condition. She planned and executed an action designed to cause fear and shock. The resulting medical emergency was foreseeable. My mom had to testify, which was tough to watch. She described the terror, the immediate chest pain, thinking she was dying. I testified about the dinner, how proud my ex seemed, and how she kept harassing us afterward. The jury was out for maybe 3 hours. Guilty on reckless endangerment. Sentencing took a few more weeks. 2 years probation, 200 hours community service, anger management classes, a 5-year restraining order, and restitution for medical bills, about $8,000 after insurance. Her lawyer begged for mercy, saying she was young and made a mistake. The judge wasn't having it. The defendant admitted to premeditated actions targeting someone with a known medical vulnerability. She showed no remorse. She harassed the victims, lied in court, and tried to profit from playing victim. This wasn't a mistake. This was deliberate endangerment followed by sustained harassment. She cried in court. Her mom wailed about injustice. The judge ignored them. She lost her job at the senior facility. The conviction meant she can't work with vulnerable people anymore. I heard she moved back with her parents. She still posts online about being wrongfully convicted and how the system failed her. Zero accountability. Still the victim in her own mind. Mom's doing much better now. Her cardiologist is happy with her progress. We moved to a new place a while back. A fresh start, better security, no more Bush-related trauma. I'm doing well too. Still wrapping my head around how someone I dated for 1.5 years could do something so reckless and feel nothing about it. The complete lack of empathy was terrifying. I started seeing someone new recently. We took it slow. She met my mom early on, a casual coffee shop thing. They got along great. No drama, no territorial nonsense, no guerrilla warfare. It's wild how peaceful things are when you're not dating someone who thinks terrorizing your elderly mother is appropriate conflict resolution. The restraining order is good for 5 years. By then, it won't matter because I never want to see her again anyway. People ask if I feel bad about ruining her life. Nope. She chose to do something dangerous to someone vulnerable, bragged about it, harassed us, lied in court, and tried to profit off fake victimhood. Every consequence came from her own choices. My only regret is not catching the red flags earlier. The drama over small things, always needing to be right, unable to handle any criticism, it was all there. I just ignored it because things were mostly fine. Lesson learned. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. When someone deliberately hurts your family, no forgiveness, no second chances, no understanding. Protect your family. Pursue consequences. Move forward, that's the whole story. If you're dealing with something similar, document everything. File reports. Follow through. People who endanger others need to face real consequences. Don't let anyone guilt you into downplaying abuse. My mom is safe. That's what matters. Everything else is just paperwork.